Hi there, welcome to Marble Halls TV. And today I want to talk about this story that you can see on the screen, hopefully right now. Um, that from Fabrizio Romano, obviously noted transfer guru, as it were, um, has a lot of contacts with many of the top European clubs. And he says here, Granit Xhaka has chances to leave Arsenal this summer, as Willian, Hector Bellerin, and many other players. AS Roma are interested in signing him and have open talks with his agents. Jose Mourinho wants him. Also, Bundesliga clubs also in the race. Now, he's not definitively saying that he wants to leave, but he says he has a chance to leave because Mourinho wants him. Obviously, managed our good friends not too long ago. Has moved to Roma since. Um, and you know what? I do agree with the notion that he would look better in Italy because he'd have more time on the ball. He looked better back in Germany. Obviously, he comes from Germany. Well, he used to play in Germany. I think it's Borussia Mönchengladbach before he joined us. Um, if this happens, then I think we need to step up a replacement. And there's a lot of talk of Yves Bissouma, um, and I'll talk about him in a little while. But for me, Yves Bissouma would be the proper fit because we need someone who's not just physical but can progress. Essentially, a Partey 2.0, if that makes sense. Because if we had that as a double pivot or even as part of a three, then that could even allow the likes of Smith Rowe, Saka, Pepe forward. Yes, they still have to track back, but would give them a bit more attacking license and it would provide a bit more surety to the defense. Because I think the defense that we've had for years now has been poor. I think in part because the midfield balance has been weak, as well as having bad defenders. Let's be honest. But I think that's the first steady block to getting hopefully some semblance of a decent side. So if Xhaka does leave, and obviously there has to be some interest, because he says Mourinho wants him, and he says of open talks with agents. All right, cool. So there are obvious signs he does. Well, he could leave. Yes, as Romano says, he has a chance to leave. Obviously, nothing definite as yet. They're just discussing personal terms and what things may be worth, etc. Um, and yeah, uh, you know, if he does leave this summer, then Granit Xhaka for me, I got nothing against him really, but I just don't think he ever was the right kind of fit. And look, I think the Kante thing, I think would always cloud fans' perceptions of him, and rightly so. And I think Kante was really the molded midfielder we really needed. Someone who was more a combative box to box who can shore things up, dominate the midfield, which is what we've lacked for years now. Um, you know, and yeah, Xhaka for me was never the right kind of fit for Arsenal. We never needed a regista or deep line playmaker. Xhaka does have some positive qualities. I do think he does like a bit of rough and tumble. He is physically strong, but again, he's never seriously impressed me over the long haul. So if I had to grade him out of 10, if he does leave for me 3, maybe 4, not impressive for me. But there should be another article from Romano. Ah, yes, this one on Yves Bissouma. So he goes on to say Yves Bissouma is appreciated as he's one of the options in the Arsenal list as midfielder, but not the first one. AFC Arsenal also looking at different kind of players in this position. So they're not just someone who's a combative box to box, but maybe well, I get what he's saying. Many clubs are interested in Basuma, Liverpool too. The race is open. The thing is, Liverpool's a good shot because Wijnaldum there's talk of him leaving, but I know they got Thiago, but I think Liverpool need a refresh, and I think part of the reason they've not done as well this season, yes, they finished third, which gives some kind of semblance to the season, but their title defense was very poor. And I think part of the reason for that wasn't just injuries. I think Klopp's tactics got found out a bit. I think Mane wasn't firing. Firmino, I think, has outlived his. I'm not saying Firmino's shit by any stretch, but He's outlived his usefulness. So I think there's a number of factors apart from just the obvious one that, oh, Van Dijk got injured in it. They had to play Hendo and what's his name, Fabinho in defence. I think it's a bit way more deeper than that, in my honest opinion. So yeah, so yeah, and look, Liverpool. Let's be frank, they're a bigger club than us. Uh, well, okay, if any fan disputes that, then where's our 6 Champions Leagues? They still won the English League title. Yes, they've only won 1 Premier League, but in terms of total English League titles, they've won 19. We've won 13. So you can say in fan base terms, there's not much in it. Probably we exceed them to some extent, possibly even more in the global sense. But in terms of trophies, there's little comparison really. But they're in the Champions League. They got a far better manager. That's indisputable. So and they plus better team. They still got better players. And look, even with their injuries, they beat us very comfortably at their place, and they slapped us down at our place. And when they beat us 3-0, and they had what I think it was, is it Ozak or something like that in defense? Not even their full strength defense. So if Liverpool and us head to head, I think you have to say Liverpool would be the advantage for the reasons I've given in my opinion. But that is that. Now, as I'm here, I want to set the story on Hector Bellerin. Because there's talk that he might leave very soon. Hang on. Okay, yeah. So Romano again says Bellerin might leave. You know what? I'll click on this Sun article as I'm here. So I want to go back and share this article from the Sun. So just bear with me. Yeah, so hopefully you can all see that. Okay, Arsenal ace Hector Bellerin wanted by Real Betis and loan transfer with option to buy as Arteta wants him out in summer. Real Betis are looking to sign Arsenal defender Hector Bellerin this summer, according to reports. The Spanish right-back, 26, is set to host this summer with boss Mikel Arteta looking to move on from a host of big-name stars. Fuck's sake, that whoever the web designer in this is not doing a good job, in my opinion, because it's very difficult to read a very fucking jumble, but that's by the by. Bellerin is joined by the likes of Bert Nello and Matteo Guendouzi on Arteta's list, but the Gunners looking to raise about 35 million in transfer funds. Now Bellerin, Arsenal's current longest-serving player, is a target for boyhood club Real Betis. The La Liga side wants to sign the fullback initially on a loan deal with a view to buy, say reports in Spain. Bellerin has 2 years to run his current contract due to expire at the end of the 2022-23 season. But Betis hope a loan deal will allow them to sign Bellerin more cheaply, with the defender having just 1 year to run the deal by the time his loan has expired. The Spanish side do have concerns over his 110,000 a week wages though. But Betis hope Bellerin, being a fan of the club, will help them land their top summer target. In 2018, the 4-cap Spain international revealed my first shirt was Betis. And these are just some stats. So yeah, Laka was our top scorer. Willian got, of all players, got the most assists. Xhaka the most passes, Saka the most crosses, Xhaka the most tackles, Xhaka the most fouls. That's no surprise. So it goes on, says, my father was a fan, so it was difficult for me to support another club. Bellerin later admitted he would like to wear the Betis shirt one day. The defender first joined Arsenal's youth teams in 2011 before breaking into the first team squad in 2013. After a brief spell on loan at Watford, Bellerin quickly became a key member of the first team under Arsene Wenger. The injuries and lack of form have hampered his progress in recent months, with Arteta looking elsewhere. The Gunners' boss had been keen on Betis right-back Emerson, but he is set to join Barcelona instead. In-demand ace Norwich ace Max Aaron is enough on the horizon for the Gunners this summer. Um, I would say, um, look, the thing with Hector is that when he first came into the team, yes, he did very, very well. And, you know, but then, say the last couple of seasons under Wenger, he dipped. When Emery came, he rose again. But then again, I think he's 26 now, and I think we need to move. I think for both our sakes, we need to move on, and we need to realize, all right, cool. We both tried our best, but it's not worked out. So yeah, for me, that is that. And I have nothing against Hector Bellerin, but I think we do. I don't think he'll ever be top levels, and I think we do need to move on beyond him. And yeah, that is just my opinion on Bellerin. If we can get someone like a Max Aaron to replace him, all the better. But yeah, other than that, that's just my views on Xhaka, Bellerin, and a bit of Bissouma. So thanks a lot.